any sugar in your body gives you energy, and that energy is converted into what we call calories.
Calories.
That's what you need. The energy you need in our body is calorie. For every gram of any substance, you have a certain number of calories. I'll explain that.
Okay.
The two figures to remember are 4 and 8.
4 and 8.
8.
Okay.
1 gram of any sugar.
Any sugar.
Any sugar, because this will be converted into sugar in you. I'll come to that.
Okay.
And the starch, they will all be converted. But any gram of it has got 4 calories. The protein, which is the fish, has exactly the same amount of calories as the sugar. 4 calories per gram.
Okay.
The bad one is the oil. Each gram of oil has got 8 calories.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is the fat has got twice more calories than the sugars and the protein.
Okay.
So in diabetes, what happens is the insulin is not there to help you absorb the sugar. So you have to be sensible enough to eat those things that have got less sugar. So less calories. So if you concentrate on the fat, you put on more weight, you deposit, then you have a lot of calories in you, and therefore your blood sugar keeps going up. When I was a medical student, a lot of emphasis was put on the sugar.
Okay.
This is not anymore. We tell people to lose weight by exercising and cut down on their fat intake.
Okay.
It is very, very important. There are good oils and bad oils.
Yes.
There is what is called the polyunsaturated fats and the saturated fats. Butter is basically saturated fat. Margarine is unsaturated fat. Marine products like fish have got a lot of polyunsaturated fats. One of them is called eicosapentaenoic acid, which is very good. It thins your blood out, and that's what happens in the Eskimo population. Okay. And then you have olive oil, sunflower oil. Oil that comes from plant products, like groundnut oil. Groundnut oil is premium oil. We have a plant in this country, and we should encourage people to consume. Yes, like the president says, we consume what we grow. This is one area where we can have a healthy population and a healthy workforce. Okay. Yeah, but when you want to now eat these things, you find out that there's hardly any calories in the fruits and vegetables. The fruits contain what is called fructose. Fructose. Fructose is a form of sugar, but your body doesn't store it, so it will be burned as energy. So if you were to eat a lot of fruits a day, there will be no problems, quite frankly. The only one we tend to have asked you to restrict are grapes. Grapes? Grapes have got a lot of calories in it. Well, it's very sweet. Yeah. A lot of sugar. That's common sense. So you have to avoid eating them. But the vegetables provide the vitamins and the fibers that you need in your body. When it comes to other good products, one of them would be brown bread. And I just want to explain that for a minute. Both of them are from wheat. Yeah, we have the tapalapa and the brown bread. Yes, both of them are from wheat. Okay. It's the processing of the wheat that's different. Some of this one has more fiber. The brown bread has more fiber than the white bread. Okay. But if you eat too much of brown bread, it will be the same as eating half of this tapalapa bread, which is purely starch. And starch gets converted 100% into glucose in your system. Okay. So when you want to eat as a diabetic, this is preferable, but it is more expensive. Yeah, but not everybody can afford this. So what you then do is you eat very little. If I were to eat 4 slices of brown bread a day, I would eat a quarter of a tapalapa. Quarter? Yes, because this is already refined wheat. Okay. So your body absorbs this 100%. Okay. This is not absorbed. The brown bread is not absorbed 100%. Okay. It has some fiber in it, and the fiber is good in terms of preventing complications and development of cancers in some people. Okay. Yeah. One of the products that we have here, which is very good and is inside the bread, is the beans. Yes. That's protein. Okay. So, like I said, it's got 4 calories per gram. like the fish.
Okay.
And therefore, it's one of those very good things that, and it's not very expensive in this country. So you would want to encourage people to eat a lot of beans. Beans. But your body needs energy. So you cannot stay away without eating carbohydrates, but you have to eat sensibly. There are what is called simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates.
Okay.
Sugar is a simple carbohydrate because it gets absorbed completely into your system.
Okay.
So is rice and the flour.
Okay.
Once it's digested. What happens with the kus, the cherry, and the findi? They are complex carbohydrates.
Complex.
Complex. Not all of it gets absorbed. Yes, because they've got some fiber in it, and that's the good thing about it. You can eat a lot of it, and not all gets absorbed.
Okay.
So this is why we encourage people to
go for findi, cherry, and this is the couscous.
No, I wouldn't encourage people to go to the same extent, because couscous is made out of wheat, so it is the same as rice
and bread
and sugar. To us,
okay.
Yes.
So bread, couscous, rice, and sugar
are all the same.
Are all the same.
And including your potatoes.
Sweet potato? This one is a sweet potato.
Yes, even the Irish potato is also the same, and also the cassava.
The cassava.
Yes, they're all starch, and your body absorbs all of it into the system. So 1 gram of any one of these have the same amount of energy.
Okay.
So, but then, because of the fiber content, this is good. The chicken without the skin. With chicken, the reason why you have to take the skin out, there's a lot of fat underneath the skin. So the chicken without the skin is basically protein. So it's very healthy to actually eat. Okay. If you can have lean meat.
That's our meat?
Yes, that's our meat. If you can have lean meat without the fat.
Without the fat.
Yes, but easy. And because lean meat is basically fat and protein, meat is basically fat and protein, we advise the diabetics not to fry it, because if you add oil, you're adding more calories. So it's better you roast it.
Or steam.
Or steam it or boil it. Yes. And the butter, as I said, is basically has got more energy. I mean, if you notice on Senegalese advertisements for the wrestlers, they always use milk. Because, yes.
Why?
Because it's got more energy, and that advertisement is correct, because it's fat basically, and it's got twice more energy than your carbohydrates. So that's true. The fat has got twice more energy per gram than sugar. So it's better you take than you take the oils or butter.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a scientific way of calculating how many calories you need per day. An average human being needs between 20 and 40 calories per kilogram body weight per day. I'll just explain that simply.
Simplify.
If you're 40 kilos or 50 kilos, 20 times 50 is 1,000. 40 times 50 is 2,000. You will need about 2,000 calories per day. To start working on calories may be difficult. If you remember, I told you that 1 gram of this is 4, and another gram. So if you take, for instance, 100 grams of rice, which is usually about 6 spoons, that gives you 60 grams of, 60 times 4 is 240 grams out of the 30,000 or 2,000 you need that day, or 1,500 you need that day. So you can work it out. What I'm saying is, eat sensibly. This quantity of rice would be enough. But you make sure that you have a lot of other vegetables. On your plate. There should be less rice, more vegetables. What is at the bottom of the table is what you're allowed to eat more of.
So that you have vegetables
and fruits.
Viewers, you have vegetables, fruits,
fish,
and then you have the fish,
beans,
fiber,
and brown bread.
And the brown bread.
Yes.
So you can go for this instead of the others. But how about if you don't have?
Well, I think we have different fruits throughout the year.
And fruits.
When you have mangoes around April to July, August.
We have seasonal fruits.
Yes, we have seasonal fruit. So I see no reason. I mean, in fact, one of the problems of diabetes in this country is the mango season. That's the only time you see my patients having very high blood sugars.
You have to explain that.
The reason is they eat a lot of it.
And mango is sweet.
Mango is sweet. It's got a lot of fructose, and then the blood sugar doesn't go down because they take a lot of fructose, so the glucose content in their blood stays up. What I tend to tell them is eat as much as you can, but exercise.
Exercise.
Make sure, do it before or after.
Okay.
But it's very healthy to a lot of mangoes, drink a lot of water and exercise. 30 minutes. Once they do that,